Welcome to another video. I am the Starman and I am here on St Anne's Beach. I'm a little bit further up the coast than I have been in the last few videos. In the last couple of videos I've been down at Lytham, which is more sort of behind me down the coast, about a couple of miles further south than here. And I've actually come here tonight. It's Saturday night. It's the night before the peak of the Geminid meteors. I've come down here tonight because it's quite clear, you see. We've got a clear forecast. It's pretty, I say clear, it's we've had a few clouds, bit of light cloud at the moment, and just to see if we could possibly see or even capture some Geminid meteors. It's a bit of a long shot, to be quite honest, because there's quite a lot of light pollution, as you see behind me. Can you see? So I'm stood next to the pier at the moment, St Anne's Pier. I'm not sure if you can see it in the background behind me. And at the front of the pier, can you see these lights here? These are on the front here at St Anne's. And those lights are so bright. And the thing about meteors is, if you want to capture a meteor shower, or if you wanted to see the meteors, you want to try and go somewhere as dark as possible. You really want to try and get away from lights altogether. But the reason why I've come out here is because obviously I can't go anywhere too far. I can't go up to Scotland. I don't think the weather forecast is that good up there anyway. But you know, with the lockdown and all that sort of stuff, I thought, oh, you know what, we're just going to have to go down to the beach. If you saw my last video, you see the lights of Southport and Liverpool, the glows there behind me now. And as I come further round, now sort of behind me now is the southwestern part of the sky. And that's the darkest part of the sky because we're kind of looking over the Irish Sea. So that's the darkest part of the sky that we can see right behind me. Yeah, so there's a jetty out there and it makes quite a nice foreground for a photograph. I mean, day or night. I've come down here quite a lot to do astronomy pictures because it's reasonably dark. But it is a bit unfortunate about these lights here because they are very, very bright. And any kind of light, it really, really distracts you, you know. So I've been down here a little while before I started doing this video, and I've got a few friends down here as well, and we've just been messing about really. One of them saw a Geminid meteor. Unfortunately, I was taking a picture at the time, and it managed to miss my camera, obviously. They always do, don't they? These meteors, they're very, very... Well, what I didn't mention in the last video was that sometimes the meteors fly so fast across the sky that your camera, unless it's of a very high sensitivity, you've got the ISO right up, they don't tend to register. Or you might think, you might see a meteor shoot right across your frame, and you think, oh, I've got that on camera, and then you look and you think, oh, hang on a second, it's a very, very faint line. And that's probably to do with how fast the meteor travels across the sky. Sometimes they just don't get a chance to register on your sensor. So that's one reason why we need some very bright meteors in this kind of sky if we're going to get anything decent. I managed to get a good picture of Orion because Orion's rising towards you. It looks quite nice actually, but you can see there as I've taken this picture of Orion, you can see the amount. We're looking back towards the promenade here, and you can see what effect the light pollution has on the photograph. And I'm just going to show you another photograph here which I took. Again, no meteors, but this one has a streak in it. Can you see there's a streak in the middle of the picture there? There's actually two streaks. Now these streaks are caused by satellites, and they're a very particular type of satellite. I believe these to be NOSS satellites, NOSS, American Naval Oceanic Survey satellites. They travel in pairs. One of them looks a bit brighter than the other one, and we just saw those travelling. And the star there that you can see, the two stars are Vega and Deneb. So that's part of the summer triangle. They were just travelling through that part of the sky. Okay, I'm just going to show you another picture now. Turn the camera around just to give you an idea of the light pollution coming from Blackpool. Just check this out. Wow, look at this. Look at that glow coming from Blackpool. Unbelievable. And you can even see down there on the left-hand side all the wind turbines from the offshore wind farm, the Walney wind farm. Look at that light pollution now. That is immense. Like I said, we're really up against it out here with the light pollution. Okay, so I'm just going to show you another picture I took. The next frame that I took after the satellites was this one. And you can just see, in fact, you can see the tail end of you can see the satellites just about on this picture fading away. What's happening here is they're fading into the shadow of the Earth, so they're no longer reflecting the sunlight. And so I just managed to grab the satellites before they disappeared into the shadow of the Earth. So still no meteors, but seen some pretty amazing things. Still here, still battling away. No meteors yet. Well, I haven't seen any yet anyway. A bit disappointed really, because it's been quite clear. Well, I say it's not perfectly clear. There's high cloud, there's kind of murky looking cloud around. I've just taken a picture of the pier looking towards Southport, and it is quite a nice picture. What we would really want is a nice, really bright fireball meteor to go across the sky there, and that would make a nice picture. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, but it's something. And I thought I'd take a picture of Orion, just because there's nothing much else going on. Still no meteors, and there you can see Orion there coming up in the east. And you might just be able to make out as well the winter triangle. We've got Sirius rising. I've just spotted Sirius rising dead low down over there, and Sirius is like the brightest star in the sky, apart from the sun, of course, but it's part of the winter triangle, which is the bottom. Sirius is the bottom star of the winter triangle. So you've got Sirius, and then up towards the left you've got Procyon, and obviously we've got Betelgeuse, which is on the top left shoulder of Orion, which is the top right hand corner of the winter triangle. So look out for the winter triangle this year. Okay, so we've been here quite a while now, still haven't seen any meteors, any Geminids. I'm still taking photographs. It's reasonably clear. I think there's high cloud. My lens is starting to fog up, which is not great, because once your lens fogs up, I don't have any heated bands. If you're doing long exposures of the night sky, star trails, you really need to keep the lens warm or above the dew point, otherwise it's going to fog up if it's quite damp out. So we've got problems now with lenses fogging up, so it looks like we're going to be out of luck tonight. But it's been pretty good. We've been out for a few hours now, and I think we've had a pretty good time. A little bit disappointed not to see any Geminids. I mean, even though we're not at the peak yet, we're a day before the peak, but I would have still expected to be able to see a couple at least for the amount of time I've been out here. I'm going to carry on. But if I don't see any, well, we're not at a bad time. We've had a good time out here on the beach, and it's been better than sitting inside, I think. I've just seen a Geminid. I've just seen my first Geminid. I can't believe it. And it happened to be in the darkest part of the sky, and it was literally a blink and you'll miss it Geminid. And even if my camera was pointed that way and I was taking a picture, it was so fast, I don't think it would have registered on the camera. Because the thing is, a lot of these meteors, they tend to move across the sky so fast, and they blink and you'll miss them. You just need to be looking the right way to see them. But like I say about sensitivity of your camera, unless you get the really bright ones, they're not going to register on your sensor. They're going to be so quick and so fast as they move across the sky, like the one that I just saw then. It was a nice meteor, and it was in it was in the darkest part of the sky as well, and it happened to be quite low down. But it was certainly a Geminid, because I could trace the path of it back to the radiant of Gemini. So I know for a fact that that was a Geminid meteor. So anyway, it's not been a total loss. I've finally seen a Geminid. I didn't capture it on camera, but it's always nice to see the meteors. And like I say, it's not always about photographing them. It's about seeing these things. When you see these things, you remember them for a long, long time. So there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. And hope you liked the video. And if you did, hit the like button. And also hit subscribe. And hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And I will see you again next time.